Continue money and credit. Let's start out with formal and informal sector. Formal sector credit in India. We have seen that people obtain loan from various sources. The various types of loans can be conveniently grouped as formal sector and informal sector loans. Among the former are loans from banks and cooperative. The informal lenders includes money lenders, traders, employers, relatives and friends, etc. The Reserve Bank of India supervises the functioning of formal sources of loan. Yes, there are various types of loans grouped as formal sector and informal sector loans. Formal sector loans are which includes banks, cooperative, NABARD, etc. are called a formal sector loans. Which sector will come under an informal sector loans? Yes, informal sector loans, that is informal lenders will include money lenders, traders, employers, relatives, friends, etc. Yes, and the Reserve Bank of India will supervises the functioning of formal sources of loans. Yes, see, we have seen that the bank maintain a minimum cash balance out of the deposits they receive. So, the RBI monitor the banks in actually maintaining cash balance. Similarly, the RBI sees that the banks give loans not just to profit-making business and traders but also to small cultivators, small scale industries and small borrowers, etc. Yes, and apart from that, the bank have to submit information to the RBI on how much they are lending, to whom, at what interest rate, etc. Yes, it's an example of formal sector, informal sector. The RBI will monitor the banks in actually maintaining a cash balance. Periodically, banks have to submit information to the RBI and how much they are lending, to whom, at what interest rate, etc. There is no organization that supervises the credit activities of lenders in the informal sector. So, there is no organization which supervises the credit activities of lenders in the informal sector. They can lend at whatever interest rate they chooses. Yes, there is no one to stop them from using unfair means to get their money back. Compared to the formal lenders, most of the informal lenders charge a much higher interest on loans. Compared with the formal sector, the formal lenders, I have said you will supervised by the RBI. But in this case of informal lenders, the interest rate is higher. For example, the informal lenders are money lender, friends, relative, traders, etc. Those interest rate is very higher. The higher cost of borrowing means a large part of the earnings of the borrowers is used to repay the loan. Cheap and affordable credit is crucial for countries' development. Yes. So, I've said you already, there is no one to stop them from using the unfair means to get the money back. So, compared to the informal lender, most of the informal lenders charge a much higher interest on loans. That the cost of the borrowers of informal loans is much higher. Higher cost of borrowing means a large part of the earning of the borrowing is to be repay the loans. Yes, so at the last, cheap and affordable credit is crucial for countries' development. Sources of credit, difference between formal and informal sources. Formal sources controlled by RBI, informal sources not controlled by anyone. Formal sources, reasonable and justified rate of interest. Informal sources, mostly high and unjust rate of interest. Formal sources granted for productive purpose only, granted for any purpose. Formal sources needs more documentation required. no or less documentation is required. Legal proceedings followed to recover loans amount if the borrower failed to repay. Lender can take any measure to recover loan if the borrower failed to pay. So these are the difference between formal sources and informal sources. Let's move on to self-help groups, SSGs. Self-help groups for the poor. The poor households are still dependent on informal sources of credit. Banks are not present everywhere in rural India. Even when they are present, getting a loan from a bank is much more difficult than taking a loan from informal sources. The absence of collateral is one of the major resources which prevent the poor from getting bank loans. Informal lender, such as moneylender, on the other hand, known as borrower, personally and hence are often willing to give a loan without collateral. However, moneylender will charge very higher rate of interest, keeps no records of the transaction, and harasses the poor borrower. In recent years, people have tried out some new ways of providing loans to the poor. Let's check it out. What are the new methods, new way for providing loans to the poor? Yes, so far we have seen SSG, the rural household, they have depended on informal sectors. If they depend on informal sector, we have discussed already, with the informal sector, the rate of interest is very higher, isn't it? They'll be charging way higher interest rates. So, the people in the recent year, they have tried out with the new way of providing loans to the poor. Yes, first, SSG group. SSG has 15 to 20 members, mostly women of neighborhood. Each member will contribute some money. Yes, and what they'll be doing it with the money? Members can get small amount as loan from the group. Rate of interest is low and it is decided by the members. After 2 years, the group can get loan from the bank. So I've said you already, SSG has a member from 15 to 20 member. Yes, what they'll be doing it means saving per member from rupees 25 to rupees 100 or more, depending on their availability of people to save. The members can take small loan from the group itself to meet their needs. The group charges interest on these loans, but this is still less than with the moneylender charges. After a year or two, if the group is regular in saving, is become eligible for availing loan from the bank. Next, what are the importance of SSG? Members can get loans at low rate of interest. When you compare with the moneylender, the interest rate is very low. The groups will encourage the member to find self-employment. Yes, so the loan is sanctioned in the name of the group and is means to create self-employment opportunities for the members. Yes, next, members can discuss and act on many social issues such as health, nutrition, domestic violence, etc. And at the last, the bank will give loans to SSG without any collateral. So these are the functioning of SSG. Yes, it's a new methods of SSG. So we have discussed about what does mean by formal sector. Formal sector is otherwise called a organized sector. And what does mean by informal sector? Informal sector is otherwise called a unorganized sector. Yes, what does mean by difference? What are the difference between formal sector and informal sector? And what is the role of SSG? Yes, what are the importance of SSG? So, at the last, we have completed chapter. Thank you, students.